I used to be your stereotypical gamer, buying a lot of games, playing them for maybe 3 hours before getting bored again, and then searching for a new one that could possibly fill this void. I wanted to find and play the perfect game, one that I could always come back to. A game with a captivating story, a never-ending open world, unique skill trees and infinite replayability. And today, I believe I found it. It's called real life. Gaming has always been an escape from reality for me, one where I could finally feel comfortable. But there was this silent whisper in the back of my mind, telling me that this was just a quick fix. I knew I had to face my demons eventually. If only my creative work would feel like what playing a game feels like to me, is what I used to say. Success would then be effortless, right? There is actually a term for this feeling. It's called flow. A state of mind where you are fully immersed into the task at hand. It's the optimal experience, so to say. But how do we get more of this feeling? Well, by changing our perspective and turning life into a video game. Boiled down to its essence, a game is a fancy self-imposed problem the player is the solution for. This game has a set of rules to narrow your mind so you can have a clear sense of direction for the end goal. It's taking care that you are neither overwhelmed nor bored. Flow is exactly in the middle of those two extremes. The game helps you to learn its mechanics through trial and error, but in a fun and rewarding way, while also telling you a story or narrative so you can build an emotional connection to your own character. Now, translate all of this into real life. A business is just a problem your product is the solution for. Society too has goals and a set progression for you in mind. Game mechanics are the skills you learn throughout your life so you can become valuable to the market. And the story is a set of beliefs and biases you adopted from the people around you. Your quest log is your to-do list, bosses are goals, items are your possessions, guilds are your community or sport clubs, and so on. The best thing about it is that you don't have to keep playing the same game your parents and grandparents played. You can create your own version of the game. A game you can win. There really are no limits except your own beliefs. Well, cool story, bro, but how do I turn my life into a game now? That's pretty simple, to be honest. You started up by setting self-generated, independent goals. Up until now, you've probably adapted the goals your parents, family, friends, or even influencers expect you to reach. Finishing school, getting a job, or building a family, for example. These goals are not bad in and of themselves, but probably not your own. You have to define your version of success before you go on. Goals give you the big picture understanding you need. They reframe your mind to spot opportunities. Without a goal, you can't see the quests you need to solve. To increase your level of clarity even further, you have to come up with a minimum viable vision. And what I mean by that is that you just get it done. It doesn't have to be a grand plan. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it probably never will. Just write down what you want your future to look like without judging it in any way. I would also recommend creating an anti-vision since it's easier to define. Your mind is wired to find problems, and negative emotions are powerful fuel. Just list the bane of your existence, things you don't want out of life. And consider writing whole sentences about this, a coherent story, since you can then visualize it better, and that's more effective, trust me. A long-term vision and mid to short-term goals help you to remind yourself of the path you are walking on a daily basis. Revisit them in the morning and forget about them right after. After that, you build a character who can achieve those goals by gaining experience through questing. Just do the obvious here. Want to be a painter? Paint a picture. Write a to-do list so you don't get lost during the day, and work on multiple projects so you don't get lost after finishing something. In a game, you have to level up every aspect of the character equally before you can hop on more challenging quests, dungeons, or raids. And This is the same in real life. Don't set a goal to build a business if you can't keep your room clean. I don't mean to offend you here, but that's just how it works. You have to slowly raise the baseline of pressure you can take on. Sure, seeing players with the rarest mounts and maxed out gear makes you jealous, but they didn't start with that gear. It took them years to achieve this level. Building a business and making a ton of money automatically takes place once you reach a certain level of your problem-solving skill. Once you've solved your basic needs for survival, security, and safety, your mind will search for new challenges and problems it can take on. The only thing that won't help you is standing still and finding reasons why it's not the right time today. You have to experiment and solve the problems right in front of you, the ones that have been screaming at you for months already. That's it. But Yasha, I don't want to play a game that's not fun. How do I change that? Well, you don't play that game. As I said, don't copy the goals of influencers or YouTubers telling you the best and latest business models or skills you can try. Don't take advice from people you don't want to be like. If you have no sense of passion for anything right now and life is a mess, just simply stick to solving problems. At least until you've ordered the chaos in your mind a little bit. But if you already sense what you could enjoy, then for the love of God, just experiment. Experiment. I really mean it. It doesn't even matter what it is. Don't decide what to do based on what brings the most money, because money gets printed. It's infinite. I mean, just look around you and see all of these people making millions of dollars without providing any value to the world around them. Don't you think you can do the same with a genuine idea from the bottom of your heart? Genuine question. Let me know what you think. As long as you're not dependent on this endeavor to make you money or to secure your living, just do whatever you want. Express yourself creatively. Go chase that dream that seems impossible to reach. Because I'd rather fail for eternity than not to try in the first place. Remember that you are not your thoughts nor the limits other people impose on you. But you probably can't avoid that everything will suck at first. The fun you have with a game increases proportionally with your understanding of it. If it's your first skill and you are still struggling with the basic habits, then you will get distracted a lot. You won't know where to start and you will keep judging yourself because of that. But the work itself should be enjoyable, especially when it's innately creative. Video games skip this part or remove the friction for you entirely. And this won't happen in real life, unfortunately. It's the fate of everyone who's trying to change their life for the better. And you have to learn to take small steps anyway. And to focus on your next step and not the entire road ahead. As you start to understand the repeating basic patterns of a game, you will have more fun because you are essentially getting good at the game. And that's what it takes. So here are the action steps for now. Outline a meaningful project which helps you to achieve your vision or goals. Encounter a problem. Learn to solve the problem by searching on YouTube or other learning platforms. Maybe even take an online course. Teach a solution to others or yourself. Repeat. It's about failing as fast as humanly possible here. You need to struggle. You need the problems so you are able to learn from them. Without friction and the desire to improve our situation, humanity would be extinct already. You are a problem-solving machine, and I bet you can come up with 10 problems from the top of your head right now, and you can use this skill to your advantage. Before you go and start solving problems, let me give you some quick hit bottlenecks to be aware of so you don't make the game miserable for yourself. If you are procrastinating, always ask yourself this question. What would I do if I didn't have to do it perfectly? The answer probably is a great deal more. Then go on and do it imperfectly. Trust your inner artist here. Let him take care of the quality and just worry about putting in the reps. Realize that you are the one giving meaning to everything in your life. The quality of your perspective and therefore the quality of your life is a matter of leveling up your problem-solving skills. I know meditation is a scary word, but use guided ones on YouTube to gain a big picture understanding and to detach from all of your thoughts and feelings. I will link some good ones in the description below, so you don't need to search for so long and can cut through the noise immediately. Don't take the game too seriously as well. Your career and everything connected to it is still just a game, not your identity nor your life's purpose. You're the one giving your career the space to exist. You're only the observer behind what's happening. Keep reminding yourself that your first priority should always be to be absolutely present right now. Through presence, everything else will fall into place. And lastly, finishing a game feels great, but I almost always want to experience them again or buy myself a DLC. But no matter how good the game, the essence of it is always to enjoy your time while playing, and this is the same in real life. It is all about just being present and enjoying the hunt for what it is, not getting too caught up in good or bad. Just see everything as an experience. Don't let me lead you into just thinking in problems. Also see the present and what is happening right now. And that's about it. If you enjoyed this video or it helped you in any way to gamify your life as well, then maybe leave a comment or consider subscribing.